Hi, I'm Annalise.
And I'm Tony, and we are from the Rook Room. We are a pop-up all about unique board games and events and experiences, all those things in one. We've partnered with XBK, and we have a bunch of exciting stuff coming up very, very soon. So be sure to be watching social media, our calendar, our website, XBK, for all the latest news on the exciting stuff that we have coming up for you guys.
Yes. So Courtney Krause will be taking the stage at the upcoming live, local, and loud show at XBK on May 7th. So XBK is hosting a vinyl happy hour from 6 to 7 for anyone to come and hang before the show. The show itself starts at 7:30. So while anyone is welcome to come for the vinyl happy hour, the show itself in person is for ticket holders only. Tickets are $10 and are available along with more details on the XBK website at xbklive.com. Space is limited, masks are required, and don't forget there's a free live stream of the event on Facebook and YouTube that night if you can't make it in person. And chances are you might not be able to because they've been selling out. So if you want to be there in person, go get your tickets now. All right, joining us today is Courtney Krause. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Really good.
Awesome,
we're excited.
yeah.
All right. So welcome to Showtime and Tell. This is a segment where we get to know artists and performers a little better by going beyond the usual interview questions and by playing a little game. So if this is your first time watching one of these, this is how it works. We're going to give you a couple of prompts. You're going to look around your house for those things that might fill those prompts, bring them back, and we'll talk about them to get to know you. That's about it. You ready?
I am so ready.
Okay, great. All right.
Put the cat down. Put the cat down.
Put the cat down, but also, hi, beautiful cat. How's it going?
More. So if that's one of the prompts, we can grab them. They'll be around.
Perfect. It might be. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Something you love doing when people come to visit. I know it probably doesn't happen as much now as it has before, but your favorite thing to do if people come to visit. Your favorite house plant or flower or something like that you have in your home and why. And a unique piece of glassware, like a vase or something from your bar, or even just a little piece of decoration or something that you love, and tell us the story behind it.
Oh my gosh. I feel like all these can be in the same place, but here we go.
Okay, let's go. I love it.
So, this isn't my favorite houseplant, but I was sitting behind one. That's going to be interesting because as you can see, hold on.
I'm seeing
there's
so many plants.
There's a lot of plants in this house.
Yes.
Wow.
How do you choose one? I don't want them to hear me.
Right? They know.
Well, at least they all know that they're all your favorites too, you know?
Yes.
This is Erin.
Hi, Erin.
She's a perfect example for the first question was about your favorite thing to do when people come over.
Yes.
100% cook. 100%.
Yeah.
Like this is a chefy house.
Yes.
I love cooking. I think a lot of musicians and artists turn to cooking because it's such a beautiful and tangible form of expression and art. And it's so colorful and engages all the senses. And it's just, is there a better gift than food? I mean, like, oh my gosh. So,
no, it's the best way to connect.
So I love cooking together because anytime like you have friends over or just like a date night, whatever it is, you can enjoy all those tangible items and that fun activity of cooking and creating together. And they're just like, it just gets the room so alive and chatty. And
Yes.
it's kind of fast motion too. Because once you have like 4 pots on the stove, it gets a little intense. So
I love it. Is there anything you've been cooking over quarantine that you're just loving?
Oh my gosh. So I got super into cooking seitan.
Oh my gosh. I feel like that's complex.
Do I have any? If it's in here, it's going to be really gross. But
We're not here to judge.
thank God. Now I must have. Oh wait. So it's a little old. It shouldn't be in here. I'll throw it out. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we got you.
These were like crumbles. So I made like my own because I love spaghetti is my favorite food.
Yes.
So I made like my own faux beef crumbles. But I mean,
that's so great. Yeah, that's fine.
What a beautiful space to cook in too. I love your kitchen. It's so great.
Thank you. So I rent from my boss, and this kitchen was completely needing help. So we ripped it apart, and then I'm glad you noticed. Thank you. It's special to my heart. I really like it. So I built these in, and I laid the backsplash, installed the countertop, And this was my first tile job, and it's kind of crappy, but it also turned
I
out
can't
good
tell.
too.
Looks beautiful.
Yes. That's the first thing I noticed too, because I love the tile work. It's
Thank
great.
you. Oh, want to see something else really cool?
Of
Absolutely.
course.
Look at those floors.
Oh my gosh.
Look at those floors. He wanted to rip those up, and I was like, honey, no.
No,
Yeah.
love them.
I
Keep
know.
them.
And then I found this. And I don't know what came first, these chairs or those floors, but they look like
They're
were
friends.
made for each other.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that you can appreciate the kitchen vibe. So thank you for noticing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cooking with friends, 100%. It's the epitome of everything.
I think it's the thing I miss most right now because I love cooking with my partner and I love cooking. But it's not the same when you don't just have this kind of chaotic energy in the kitchen and that one friend who's not really helping, but is making sure everyone has a drink. And, I miss that stuff a lot. So
It's a team for real.
all right. You ready for the next thing?
Yes.
Can you choose between your houseplants or would you like to show us a couple? We'd be glad to see a couple, especially if they have a story behind them. If you got them from a friend or you've had them for a long time.
Well, so Aaron just brought up a good thing. This was the friend plant. This was the first plant I ever got. It's kind of looking a little pathetic now. But this was the first plant I got when I was 19. I'm 31 now. And it's recently gone into a new pot. You can tell it's kind of, it's actually he's struggling a little bit. But it's a philodendron, and I named it Phil. And this has come with me I've lived probably 10 places even since I moved to Des Moines. So it's gone through every single environmental change possible. And it used to be super big and super bold. And I would take the clippings off and give them to friends for gifts. So even Aaron has part of the friend plant. So all around Des Moines, people have clippings of this original friend plant. So,
oh my gosh, Phil's a survivor. I love this.
Phil's a survivor. So, and if you can see, if you know anything about plants, like you can see how thick and big the roots are here, even though I just think its life might be coming to a little end in this home, but wherever its clippings are living a whole new life out there. What an Aaron's, I can think of a dozen friends that got clippings of it.
Well, and they're so hardy too. Yeah.
I think it's my favorite, but as you can see, there's a lesson here about giving too much that you don't have to give to yourself.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for the lesson, Phil.
Thank you, Phil. There's a song in Phil. I feel like it.
Right.
But that's such a cool thing about plants is that you can do cuttings from them. I'm a fellow plant person. I am surrounded by plants right now also. But as a fellow plant person, I love that you can not only can they move with you and have this story of your life, but they can also be cut and you can give them to friends. I have some pothos around here that are from my mom that she's had for 30 years or whatever. And I'm cool. I can just extend this life in a new little plant thing. And it's so cool. I love this setup right now behind you too. Yes. By the way, it's this perfect, asymmetrical
plant queen
plants and some hanging ones. Love it.
Natural nurturers need animals and plants to take care of. So if you're a plant person also, I'm you probably are very caring. Yeah. Or even just having plants around just make me feel more life, especially in wintertime in Iowa of all places. Mm-hmm. It's there's that little catchy jingle that's gone viral where it's don't be sad, go get a plant. Don't be sad, get a plant. So I was anytime I feel a little sad, I'll just propagate or go get one somewhere.
Get a plant. Yeah, exactly. I think there's something to be said too for I don't know. Yeah. The caregiving part of it, getting up and making sure you're watering them or giving them a little fertilizer or a little turn or new pot and making that a part of my Saturdays I love that routine. We just planted our vegetable garden too. So I'm very excited to see how that does. Outside plants.
I have made a garden in every place that I've lived in the last 5 years, and it's so much work. And I've always hand dug it. and that this place, I've lived here for a year now, and I have not done a garden yet because I'm like, I really want to stay this time. I like to see the seeds that I planted. I like to sow those seeds. But it's nice to leave like gifts of gardens around too. So like all these rentals now have like a little garden. So
Totally.
less grass and more food. So that's awesome. Do you have a favorite thing that you're planting or growing?
Oh man, tomatoes right now. I always love tomatoes. They're easy. You can do a million things with them. Pretty much my only lunch has been like some good bread, some good hummus, and some tomatoes, cucumbers, a little balsamic, and then I just eat that every day. So being able to grow them and just go grab them is going to be a dream. I can't wait.
Oh yeah. And you can make spaghetti sauce out of those suckers.
And spaghetti sauce.
Spaghetti's every day.
All right, your last thing, if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. And then this is not Gus. This is another cat.
This is Gene.
Gene. Hi, Gene.
He's going to go with me for this third one.
Perfect. All right. Your favorite piece of glassware or just a little trinket or a little decoration or something like that. Which could be another pot from a plant, or it could be a piece of cookware you use a lot, or something from your bar.
I think
decorative plates if you're into those.
Yes.
I think it's this lamp.
Yes.
Tilt you up. Oh, there you go, Gene. Good boy.
Thanks for coming, Gene.
Thanks for coming.
Yes.
This lamp. I traveled for this little sucker here, and it was worth the travel. I mean, this lady on Facebook Marketplace like sold it to me for like $20. And I was like, she doesn't know what she has. It's a treasure. But I love it. And then I had this old coat rack, and I was just like, I don't hang up my coats.
Who does that?
No, I have a shoe rack too, but I mean, you can find shoes in every single room. I don't know why I have a shoe rack. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hang some stuff and put a plant on the shoe rack. But I love this light. It actually stays on all day, all night. It's one of those very low energy, I don't know the correct term, but one of those like power saving light bulbs. And it just always makes me feel very comforted to come home and there be a light on, or, to hear something go boom in the night, usually a cat, and come downstairs and I have somewhat of a light to it too. But I think it's that lamp. But I also have a pretty big collection of my grandma's coffee mugs, cups, and everything in between. Like, come on, mushrooms.
Oh my God, I'm in love with that.
Yeah. Tony loves mushrooms. He loves mushrooms.
Me too. Do you want to come over and drink out of this?
Yes. 100%.
Okay. Come on over.
Coffee in a mushroom cup.
And then Carnival Glass keeps finding me. So I put food and stuff in these. So
oh man.
I think I'm just so excited to talk to people and be like, in kindergarten, like show and tell, like, look at these things.
Exactly.
My very thrifty side appreciates being able to show the subtle hoarding that's been happening for the past year.
I can relate, and I want to live in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Please come.
Such a perfect glass question too. Like, you had the perfect lamp, you had a mug collection, like perfect. Everything was great. Because I was like, oh man, not everyone has like something glass related, but of course you do. Of course, you have the perfect objects for a glass question. I love it.
Well, I feel like I was really fortunate because the person who showed me and taught me love in my life was my grandma Peggy. And every summer we would stay with her, and every weekend she wanted to go garage sailing, which is very hip and trendy now, but that was a way of life then. Just like how QVC was her Amazon.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
She was on QVC with her landline in her hand, like, I'm going to get that ring, like dialing in her order right then. But that's how we did garage sales. So she would always cultivate this appreciation for not only being able to appreciate something that someone else has loved, but to really have an eclectic view of value that's just not at a dollar level, but just to hold something and it feels special. And I think that's why maybe I love music too, because it's not something that you can tangibly hold, but it's something that holds you for a while. And then you kind of just carry it around with you everywhere you go. And whether that's telling somebody the song that you heard or how it just makes you feel, then you walk into a room and everybody's like, oh, you have such a good mood on. It's like, because I'm carrying the song with me. So appreciating value in this whole different realm that I never think I would have if it weren't for Grandma Peggy and her absolute passing down to my generation of hoarding skills. So I'm the organized hoarder though.
Yeah, I mean, you're pulling it off for sure. So, okay, I'm loving hearing some of your philosophy of music. Can you tell us a little bit about what your show is going to be like and what we can expect to see and engage with when we're there?
So this one's going to be a little different because even though I've been playing in Des Moines for so long, I think especially with COVID, it really caused this change in me to put myself forward a little bit more without going to, energies of self-centeredness or selfishness, but just a little more of like, okay, cool. It's okay to want things and make sure that like I am, practicing from a place of strength wherever I go. So we're finally changing up acoustic to electric, which electric's been on the last 2 albums that I never brought it to a live show. So now we're doing that. The last 2 years, I taught myself guitar. Now I've taught myself piano. So I have about 10-ish songs. It might be more, but I don't know if they're very good. So we'll just say 10 good songs on piano. So I think we're bringing, this will be decided in the next couple of days, but I think we're bringing a keyboard and going to actually play like piano songs live, which I'm incredibly nervous because I've just played the same instrument for so long it will definitely be an in the moment vulnerability that's exciting.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't have a better crowd to try something new or be vulnerable. The people that come to XBK, it just feels like a family every time, I feel like.
Perfectly said. And a lot of friends are coming too. I do know I am bringing a lot of my house plants. So we just did a show where I say we, because it always feels like an army comes with you, at least in my mind and heart. But I did a solo show in Ames last week. And I just brought like a picnic basket and 2 laundry baskets of just like little knickknacks and things from the house and like my favorite books and my lamps and all these like cool, fun things that remind me of my grandma or home. And I just surrounded myself with them on stage. And I was like, this is what I want for the future of all shows. Like, just like carry like the home on the back with you. So instead of, I think maybe before I expected maybe the crowd to help me feel comfortable. And now I'm like, like I am going to do whatever it takes to make sure every single person here feels like they are at home and they are at ease and they are safe and comfortable. And if that means bringing my mushroom coffee cup and my philodendron plant, then heck yes. So I'm excited to set the stage up for Friday. So.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
I can't wait either. I'm so excited.
This is going to be awesome. I've never gone to a show where there's plants there on the stage and I can just be in my element, enjoy some music, enjoy some plants.
If you happen to bring like a little vase or something, I'll give you some clippings too.
Oh my God. Yes.
Friendship plants.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
Same.
Okay.
Awesome. Do you have anything else that you think people should know?
I've been asked a lot over the past 3 years about the next record. And there's one, it's written, it's here. It's just kind of the same philosophy of going into something really with just a lot of strength and a really good team around. And I've worked with great people in the past, and I only see working with amazing people moving forward. There's just been a lot of pivoting, especially with COVID, especially with everything that's changed politically, economically, spiritually, not just for myself as an individual, but kind of what we're doing collectively as a human race. And it just seemed like kind of sitting back and adjusting with all of these easily adaptable, but still challenging changes was much more important than rushing out any new music or getting in kind of that race of who's going to release their pandemic music first. So I'm kind of just following my heart a lot, which sounds so cliche, but very much the comfort of when not only I'm fully ready to really, because once you hit go, you're kind of on, you're just like making a record, but also when, we can release something and it's a part of the change and not kind of interrupting anybody else that might be holding a microphone that needs to be in a lot higher volume than anything we're creating right now.
I love that. That was such a perfect addition. I am so glad that you said that.
I mean, great question.
Yeah, good question.
That was awesome. Anything else then? Anything else you want to say before we wrap this guy up?
Yes. And will you guys come over and let me cook spaghetti for you?
100%.
Any day.
Yes. Okay, good.
Well, Courtney, this was awesome. Hopefully you had so much fun. I know we had fun. I was probably smiling the whole time. A quick reminder for everyone watching out there, you should definitely go see Courtney Krause on stage at XBK coming up this Friday, May 7th. Now the show starts at 7:30, but do remember that there is that vinyl happy hour from 6 to 7 beforehand. You don't need tickets to go to that. You can just come hang out. There's some excellent drinks. Everything is COVID safe. And then that show does start for ticketed people and online streaming on Facebook and YouTube at 7:30. So don't miss this. Tickets are available at xbklive.com if you are looking for those tickets, but get on it quick because they have been selling out and you do not want to miss this show. There's going to be plants. So, I mean,
come for the plants.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. Don't miss it.
We got free oxygen.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much to Gus, to Jean, to Aaron, to Grandma Peggy, and of course to Courtney Krause for hanging out with us today and passing on some of this wisdom and getting us excited to come see you. We can't wait.
Oh, thank you so much for chatting. It feels really good.
Good. We agree. All right. Well, we'll talk soon.
Bye.